What's up, YouTube? Hope all is well with everybody. This is for my thinking man and the thinking woman. Check this out. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 5 says, "A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing." I want to talk about that. Let's get ready. Grab your boots. Grab your dogs. Grab your loved ones. Grab your friends. Let's go for a walk. YouTube, what's up? We out here on another beautiful night. Over to walk and talk. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that precept because no pool dirty. To me, it's very important to know you're going to have real good discernment to know when and how to apply that precept. No pool. What's up, brother? Chilling. You doing all right? I'm good. Thank you. Huh? 3. Yeah. I got a little pit bull. I'm dog sitting.
Oh, okay.
Yep, little girl. Yeah, I'm looking out. That's right. Thank you, brother. All right. Come on. So basically, you gotta have discernment because you're a kind person, kind man, kind woman. You might have friends, you might have family, but the Most High wants us to have wisdom or know when you can and cannot help. Dirty, no pool. No pool. You might have been a kind person helping people all your life, but you might get to a position, a place in life where you have to ration the things that you have. No pool. You have to ration the things you have, or people will come take your kindness for weakness. Do you know how to say no and have peace at night when you do say no? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, so I had to check these guys because stop. Your arm shouldn't be extended unless you allowing them to lead the way. They're walking with me, I'm not walking with them. Side. No pull. Keep your pets in check. It's a constant thing. My hand should be relaxed how I want my hand. No pull. So basically, if you're a kind person, kind man, kind woman, and you don't have that ability to say no, you're gonna be taken advantage of in the next year to come, when everybody who's hurting because of their lack of diligence, no pull. Yeah, like I was saying, as soon as I start speaking, they'll start. Dirty's been getting comfortable and starting to think he can lead the way, and it's too much stress on just one hand. No pull. So I have to stop and correct them. But anyways, so yeah, in the months to come now, you've been telling your friends, your family, hey, I've been reading this article. The world is in this state in this state, and you've been preparing yourself and for getting your family in order. And then next thing you know, crisis come. Are you gonna have enough discipline and enough courage to tell those people, hey, I can't help you. I've tried to help you. What are you gonna do in that situation? Or you know, being a nice guy, falling into the traps of when females try to play, oh, the damsel in distress, but these same females won't say thank you when you open the door. These same females wouldn't give you the time of the day. But shit happens in life, and now they're asking for your help and your assistance. And half the time it can be a trap. Are you gonna have enough discipline to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't help? Or are you gonna fall victim of that trap? Because you are not solid enough to say, you know what, I can't help you, I'm sorry. Do you have that ability? Because it's written in the ancient days that there's a time to refrain from embracing. There's a time to embrace and there's a time to not embrace. There's a time to help and there's a time not to help. Are you gonna be too gullible? Too foolish? Not knowing how to say no? Or are you gonna end up being a victim of your own kindness? You see it so often. And we're coming to a time where it's a time to refrain. That time is coming. And everybody who wouldn't listen, they're gonna have to suffer. You give in and you want to be kind and you lose. Look at the story of Noah. Noah warned the people for years that the flood was going to come, that the rain was going to come, and nobody acknowledged him, nobody listened, no one came to help him build. When them drops of water started to come, everybody wanted to get on that ark. And the Most High commanded him not to let nobody in. You gonna have that kind of resolve? You gonna have that kind of discipline? Are you gonna be like, I don't know, just come on in. Come on in. And everything you work hard for is just gonna be destroyed and demolished within hours. Is that gonna be you? Or are you gonna have some understanding to know that, you know what, the same God that gave you wisdom could have been the same God that gave them wisdom. And you're gonna have to shut your door of your ark and actually keep moving. Do you got that in you? Or are you just as soft as wet toilet paper? You know good. Because last time I checked, the scripture says in Timothy, 2 Timothy, to endure hardness like a good soldier. Sometimes you got to endure certain stuff that's going to be hard. But when you endure it, the reward comes after. And also in Isaiah chapter 3, if I'm not mistaken, the scripture says that Christ is going to share his spoils with the strong. So you're going to have a noodle back? Are you going to be a strong woman or a strong man? And be diligent. Because there's going to come a time where people are going to have to refrain from embracing. You the type of man that's been single for so long, and now crises are hitting the whole country. Now girls are starting to pat their eyes at you now. In reality, they're just looking for a come up. A lot of guys are going to be that come up because they're so desperate for help, so desperate for female attention. A lot of guys are going to be lunch for a lot of these wicked women. And the reason why they're going to be lunch is because they're going to be wicked themselves and they're going to give in to their lust. No pull. They're going to give in to their lust. Is that going to be you? Are you gonna know when that clock run out, how you gonna have to switch it up? Just like the seasons. Fall is approaching, season's approaching. You're gonna start getting out your blower, your rake, and collecting some of them leaves that's falling on your yard. You're gonna have to switch it up. In life, the same. You should know if the time up of you being all wide-eyed, bushy-tailed to potentially have a spouse, if it doesn't make sense, because things are happening in the world, like for an example, in Ukraine, they're suffering so much hardship right now. What sense would it make for a cat to get wide-eyed, bushy-tailed when bombs are dropping all day over there? Think this is gonna be the same here? You think it's gonna be all good? Remember in Venezuela about 8-9 years ago, when they had suffered them blackouts, people were getting killed and mistreated because there was no power, there was no authority to protect them. A lot of women were being mistreated, side. Good stop. A lot of people were being mistreated. There was a lack of food. Come on, let's go. There was a lack of food. Cats barely can get food now. As soon as that soft tenderoni come blinking and say hi, you're gonna forget everything. Ain't gonna get caught up. Know what seasons that we are in? When the seasons change, you gotta adapt. And you're gonna have to have the right spirit and right mind. Men and women. Men and women. Women, y'all gotta understand when the seasons change, how you're gonna have to stop having to go out the way you're accustomed. You're gonna probably have to hang out with your girlfriends at home, hang out with your relatives at home, because the vibration. I heard today on the news, some young high schooler shot up a school today, and he said he did that because he was always a loner, no pull. He had no social friends. He had no network of friends, so he was alone. And he snapped. Come on. He snapped. Killed one teacher, killed another student, and the other ones he injured. But this is a season where people are snapping. Come on. People are snapping. People are losing their cool. And it's only going to get worse. Hold up, let me get these dogs in order. It's only going to get worse. So you have to ask yourself, you catching the subway, power go out, and you got a family at home, you need to get home, everybody want to ask you for help and all that type of stuff, you may not be able to help them people. You might have to get home to help your family. Like a lot of these cops, law enforcement, the people, you can imagine, they're not gonna, when things get bad, they're not gonna be playing their position as officers. They're gonna play their position as fathers and as husbands, because they're gonna know how to adapt to the season. They're gonna know how to adapt to the season, and it's up to you to do the same. Won't be no cops calling, no cops picking up the phone. We've heard that this year. Certain crimes, you had to put in a report. It wasn't no call them and they pull up anymore. You had to put in a report, email them, and all that. It was a whole little process. By the time you finished the process, you didn't let it go. So, again, that's something you got to think about. Whatever scenario that you may be placed in, can you resist the urge to help somebody when it potentially can end up hurting you long haul? Do you have that in you? Or do you have a sound mind to be like, I'm sorry, I can't help, and not fall into that temptation? And trust me, there may be moments you can help people. But that's the thing, you're gonna have to have the discernment, and you're gonna have to trust your very own judgment. You're gonna trust your very own judgment so that you would have peace, because people are gonna try to play you on your emotions. There's several bums that be rocking our freeway exits when we get off of the freeway to park our trucks, and this is how they play their emotions, people's emotions. They'll put their hands in the prayer position and bow down, knowing that they're high as hell, but they'll play people according to their emotions. They'll play you, what you call it? No pull. They'll play the God card on you. But do you know the scriptures enough? But if you have a sound mind to know that the Most High said there's a time to refrain from embracing, and will you know that time when it arrives? Something to think about, you guys. Something to completely think about. Make sure that you guys are getting tough. The scripture says that Christ was an austere man. He was a man that when you looked at him, it looked like he wasn't one to be played with. You know? So, are you going to be somebody that people play you for your emotions? Or are you going to let them know I'm not the one to be played with? No is no. Get over here, side. Are everybody going to look at you as lunch meat? Hey, how you doing? Come on, let's go. No pull. Don't be lunch meat for nobody. With that said, pray for wisdom. I always say pray for wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I always ask the Most High, come on, to create in me the right spirit. Whatever situation, scenario I'm in, I ask the Most High to give me the right spirit for that situation. Because sometimes you gotta switch it up. You know what I'm saying? But with that, we're going to get out this little weather. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit, which is cool. But I'm going to put on some music and enjoy the rest of this walk. Holla at y'all later on. Peace.